As you can tell by the title of the video, I have reached 1,000 days in Minecraft Hardcore, but my hardcore world is a little underwhelming, and I'll show you why. So, I personally think I've done quite a few projects in this world, but if you compare it to other Minecraft Hardcore YouTubers, then I don't think I've completed nearly as much. First, I'll show you one of the very first projects that I started in this world, and that was actually back here, now I'm thinking about it. One of the very first things I ever did in this world was get a bunch of villagers from this village and make them trade OP books. And as you can see, some of them have died in the 1,000 days, but I guess that's just what happens. I was flying over here because I thought this was my first project, but this was actually my second big project, and I'll be showing you that now. So I think this is probably one of the most popular videos, at least that popped off, and I made a bunch of farms over here. Now if you go back and watch that video, some farms here were not in the original video. I've been adding to them the past 2 years since that was the last time I uploaded, and I believe the farms I've added are probably that cactus farm, this sugarcane farm, which is insanely OP. I mean, look at all the sugarcane it got, and that was like the very first time I ever ran it, and now I just have it turned off so it doesn't lag the world. It's pretty simple, and I'm pretty sure I went off my own design on this one. I can't fully remember because I made it a little while ago. It just runs off of the daylight ticks from when the sun changes, like during the daytime and nighttime, because it has a night observer as well. So every time that changes and the daylight sensor detects it, it sends out a redstone signal, which shoots all the pistons out. I also started working on some villagers over here, and this system is a little better, I think, because it has a zombie on the bottom, so I can cure them and get better trades. So here are the trades I've gotten so far. It's nothing crazy, but I don't really need anything else at the moment. I also made this wool farm, and it has every colored wool in the game, which I think is pretty cool. And if I come down here, it auto sorts into all these chests, which is pretty neat. For these big builds, I also like putting a secret door to get back into like where all the redstone is, just so I can come back here if it ever breaks. I also created an overflow chest, which is right here. So, well, I guess that's not good, but it's only one item, so I'm not too worried about it. But if, say, rotten flesh were to go through here, then it would catch it in there. And I can also hand deliver wool in through this chest up here. The most recent farm I built over here was this honey farm, which is pretty OP in my opinion. And you can see there's some bees out. Each one of these beehives has 3 bees that go in it, and I think there was 24 per section. Every time this goes off is one full redstone tick layer thing around, and that's actually pushing empty bottles around. So when an empty bottle gets to this or that or whatever, it will collect the honey and then go all the way around. As you can see, that one just collected. We go down here, you can see the top of the redstone, and then there's this little honey room, and there's lava behind all the honey. I thought it made it look cool, but it was kind of a waste of time on the bottom because it really didn't do anything. And this is the honey I've collected so far. I mean, it's an alright amount considering I haven't AFK'd over here at all. That was just from building the actual farm. So on top of this farming district, I have built a few other farms, and we'll go look at them right now. You may have noticed it in the beginning, but I've been working on a mega base, and you can kind of see it in the corner right now. I'll try and not show you that, because we'll go over that at the end. But a lot of these farms I built to help get materials for when I was building that. Over here, and it doesn't work anymore, which is so sad, was one of the best squid farms I had ever seen. So as you can see, I've cleared out the area, all these rivers and everything, because you need to have them clear for squids to spawn. And I mean, this thing was insane. It was pumping out squids left and right. Like, it was actually wild. I had never seen like a farm so effective. And if I come down here, this was the actual AFK spot. So you'd sit on this, and then squids would spawn like crazy, and then they would get sucked up by the portal. So this is where they would spawn in, and then those boats that had just chickens in them, I mean, it's not chickens anymore, looks like pigmen have spawned in there, they would get pushed out by the boats and then suffocate and die right here. And I mean, this was only like maybe 10 minutes of AFK, and both these chests were full. I've used a lot of ink. But like I said, that farm doesn't work anymore, which kind of sucks. There's another farm that's right over here that I don't think ever made it into a video, and it was a failed squid farm. This is future me, and I meant slime farm, not squid farm. Squids do not spawn in the ground. So if I come all the way down here, I mined out this huge section, and I think it was without a beacon. I can't fully remember. I mean, it was a while ago. But I mined out this section, and it was supposed to be 2 slime chunks, I think it was, or something like that. I used chunk base, but I think I was either off or maybe like the update messed it up. I don't know. It never worked to begin with, so it was a complete waste of time. Another farm that's been in this world for quite a while is this iron farm. And I built it in the video where I built the huge farming district over there. And I mean, it works decently well. It breaks every now and then, and I have no clue why. I think it might be some settings that I have in Optifine that break it, but for the most part, it works most of the time. And I mean, I've cleared it out recently and made it into blocks, and you can see it's still pumping right along. One farm that I've used quite a bit is this mob farm over here, and there's the AFK spot up there. I use this farm to get gunpowder for fireworks, so it's pretty handy. Now I gotta try and find this next farm. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but I'll get back to you when I find it. Well, after half a dozen fireworks, I was able to find it, and it is my raid farm. Now, I haven't used this farm in I don't know how long. It was super OP, it got me all the totems I needed, and I guess I should have used it more often. It has quite a good loot table, so you can get some pretty good stuff with it. As you can see, there's still a bunch of loot in here. I haven't been back to this thing in I don't know how long, and I'm not even sure if it would still work. I don't remember if I've updated the game since I built this or not, so I mean, it'd be kind of risky to try out, so I'm gonna pass for right now. I don't really know if it counts as a farm, but I also built this super smelter that's been running for probably around 500 days. So if the chests look a little glitched out, that's probably why. Ah, son of a... And I mean, as you'd expect, I used it to smelt things, if you could have guessed that. But now I think I've gone over every farm that I've built. So that brings me to the last thing I've really worked on, and that's the mega build that I started the episode on. Right here is the build I've been working on for probably the past 600 Minecraft days. It's a Mario pipe, and the plan was to make a video out of it, but I mean, obviously that changed. I haven't uploaded in 2 years. I'm pretty happy with the build so far. I'm still not completed with it. It's taken a lot of effort, and I'll go down it in a second to show you. I also made this fog thing on top, which I think is pretty cool. I did that by just layering black stained glass, and you can see all the black concrete I used, black stained glass. That's why I needed the squid farm, and that cactus farm way over there that you saw towards the beginning of the video. I've used that for the green dye, and then the farm over there, the mob farm, I've used the bones to make white dye. Then I combined the white dye and the green dye to make lime green dye, and I use that for the lime green concrete. Before I go down there, I just remembered one last farm that I haven't specifically used for this build yet, but is going to help it in the future. So I made a gravity block duper, and I haven't fully used it yet, maybe for like 2 stacks of concrete. I'm not sure exactly how I feel on it. I mean, it's kind of cheating, but at the same time, crap. At the same time, I don't really care. And now that we're in the end, I just remembered there's one more farm before I can go back to the mega build. So this is the second most recent farm that I've built, and it is a shulker farm. It's crazy OP. It works really good, and I just looked it up on YouTube. And then I got a little AFK area over here, and as you can see, all this endstone is flat. This took forever to mine out, and I actually have all the materials over here. So yeah, that was terrible. And before we head back, of course, I have the Enderman XP farm. Pretty much every Minecraft world has one of those, so I don't really need to show you that. Okay, finally we can come back here to the mega build, and you might be saying it's really not that big for a mega build. And from the outside, I'd say you're right. I mean, it's a decent sized structure, but you wouldn't really consider this a mega build. Well, that's until you go down inside. So if I come down here, I've been mining this out for, I mean, I don't know how long now, and I finally have the sides out to the length I want from the center. Now I need to just dig everything down way lower than that and then texture the sides like I have with the entire ceiling. I've been texturing it with light blue concrete and the light blue wool, and I think it looks pretty good for a sky. It looks a little dark in here now. Maybe in the future I'm probably gonna go around and put those prismarine lantern things in the sky because they're blue, and I think it would match up pretty well just to light up those blocks a little bit. Just probably add them all around. The plan for this build is once I get everything finished, like the walls, everything dug out and the walls textured all the way down, which is gonna take forever, I plan on making it kind of like a little Mario world, maybe just to incorporate it in with the Mario pipe up there. But I also want to add cool things, a huge like skull door maybe on the side or something like that, and that's how I get into my real base that'll have everything. Or maybe I just want to add like a little village around here. I know I want to have a huge villager trader somewheres that has like every single villager trade for like books and stuff, and I'll probably do that before I update the world because this is 1.19.2 and I'm not exactly sure how the trades work on the newer versions at the moment. I know they were talking about doing something with like trading, like they had to be a specific biome or something like that. And a huge maybe plus, I don't know, it's kind of annoying, is I think there's a slime chunk around here. Well, obviously there is because there's slime spawning. It's kind of like karma paying me back for that huge slime farm I mined out and then it never worked. But you may be thinking like, why is this taking you so long? And I hate to admit it, but even though this is a good amount of progress, I mean, there's some YouTubers that just pump out videos like it's crazy, and that's because I'm pretty slow at it. Like I don't want to rush it. It's my world. I want to play how I want to play, and the way I want to do it is I want to mine out every block instead of using like a TNT duper or whatever, and I've been saving every block. And you may be thinking, wow, I mean, you'd have way more stone than that. You're right, it's all down here. All these shulker boxes, as you can see, are filled with stone, and there's some in here too. It's a lot, but the hope is once I finish mining this out, I'll have enough materials. If I want to build something, the next thing I want to build, and it includes one of these materials, I'll have it on hand. That's just kind of the way I've been thinking about it. When I mine out the huge layers down there, I usually just come up here, stick them in one of these 3 chests, which sort it out. And as you can see, it's sorting right now. And then this is just an auto sorter, and it goes all the way through and gives me the items. One cool thing I think is these ores. Like I've gotten a lot of ores, which I think is really cool. Like just the blocks themselves, because I don't need these, but if I want to use it for a build or just to have, it's pretty cool. Also, as you may have seen down here, there's amethyst like cluster blocks, and I plan on making some farm out of them. That's why I've left them there. I'm thinking I probably won't keep all of them, but for the few that I keep, I'll put in like a hot air balloon or something, and that way it'll blend in up here, but it can also be functional. And besides this mini wool farm that I created just for the blue wool over here, because that one over there couldn't keep up, I think I have covered everything I've done in 1,000 days of Minecraft Hardcore. Now, like I said, I don't think I've been very productive maybe for 1,000 days, or at least I've been slower and I haven't gotten the same amount done as other YouTubers. So I think maybe some people may think my hardcore world isn't amazing for 1,000 days, but I mean, I'm happy with the progress. I'm sure I could have got more done if I really tried super hard. Like I said before, this is my world. I play how I want to play, and I'm not really doing it to make content anymore. I'm doing it because I want to see cool things built in this world. So as I've mentioned a few times in this video, it's been 2 years since I've uploaded. I'm wrapping up this video now. I just wanted to say, don't expect me to start uploading again. Maybe I'll see you in another 2 years, but that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think of my hardcore world, of my bases, my builds, my farms, everything I've completed. Let me know if you think I've been productive or if I've kind of been wasting time. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.